Okay, Karl Pington spoke to us yesterday and told us he hadn't seen his friend and collaborator Stephen Merchant in about a year, as he's busy filming in LA. His new LA-based sitcom Hello Ladies hits Irish screens tonight on Sky Atlantic, and Stephen Merchant joins me now on the line. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning to you.
Thanks for talking to us. Karl said hello. He says you've been ignoring him now that you've got your own sitcom on HBO.
That's not fair. I've not been ignoring him, not at all. No, in fact, we were texting. We were making a plan to meet up. So he's deliberately portraying me as a man who was sold out to LA.
Very exciting. I know it's gone out in the States, but we're going to see it for the first time tonight. But your own sitcom on HBO, is that the thing of dreams?
The stuff that dreams is made of.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm lucky because the previous shows we've done, Extras and Life's Too Short, were done in collaboration with HBO. So I've had a relationship with them for a while. But I suppose this is certainly the first thing I've got to do, that's only mine, if you like. That is a thrill.
And it's very much yours because you write it, you direct most of them, and you're starring in it.
Right. Yes, I've taken on too much. I'm hoist by my own petard, except I didn't have time to hoist my petard. I was too busy doing other things.
Like lip syncing. That's amazing, that lip sync you did on Jimmy Fallon.
That was crazy, that was just like a silly little bit that we did, and then someone told me that within sort of 48 hours there are about 5 million views on YouTube. It was wild.
It's over 6.5 million now when I watched it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Goodness, yeah.
So we better explain to people. So you were on with actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Jimmy Fallon challenged you, him and himself to a lip sync face-off.
Right.
So you did what?
I did Boom Shake the Room by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, and I did Single Ladies by Beyonce.
Right.
And I managed to incorporate some of the dancing of Beyonce into my routine, which I think amazed people because they're not expecting it from a thin, pasty, tall British dude.
Yeah.
And and it's funny because you can spend, as I have, a year and something working on a TV show, but you'll never get the response that you'll get from a silly bit where you're dancing around like a gibbon. It's just somehow that's the stuff that people really, really take to their hearts.
So what does that prove to you then?
That all this other stuff is a waste of time. And that I should just keep popping up on talk shows pretending to be Beyonce.
We had a chat recently on the show about lip syncing because I don't know if you're aware of it, you probably weren't, but there was a big hoo-ha between Sinead O'Connor, and Miley Cyrus. And it got us talking about, have you ever seen that video for Nothing Compares to You?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And I was saying that's very difficult to do, that sort of lip sync. And then Mairead, who works on the show, said it's very easy. So we've challenged each other now. We didn't know you did it. We've challenged each other now to a sort of a lip sync face-off, doing Nothing Compares to You. You're an expert, so what do you think? Would that be an easy or a difficult thing to do? Is it easier to do the fast ones or the slow ones?
The slow ones, I think, are quite tricky because, as I recall from that song, she you've got to get the pausing exactly right, and I think a key to it is make sure that you slightly exaggerate your mouth movements. That seems to help with the lip syncing.
You had a very clever device as well. I noticed that you turned away from camera when you weren't sure.
I'm not going to give away trade secrets. If that's your interpretation of it, so be it. I can neither confirm or deny.
Right, Hello Lady. So it's a caricature of you, is it, or
No, it's inspired by aspects of my real life, but it's a fictional character.
Yes, of course.
Yes, and he's a would-be ladies' man in LA who's made a little bit of money and is trying to get access to the world of beautiful people, and the beautiful people don't want him to be part of that world, and why should they? And that's sort of the jumping off point, really.
Yeah, and it's a little bit cringy, well, a good bit cringy in parts, because he thinks he's charming and all of those things when he's not really.
Well, he's trying too hard is his basic problem. He has this fantasy of what life should be and that he should have this supermodel girlfriend who's also got a PhD in philosophy, and he wants to be able to take her back and show her off to all the people that laughed at him when he was at school and said no to when he asked them for dates. And, of course, that's the wrong way to approach life. You shouldn't be trying to kind of punish the people you grew up with. And so, unfortunately, he's trying too hard. He's trying to buy into this fantasy, and the day that he snaps out of that will make him happier. But we're sort of watching him before he snaps out of it.
But you don't.